we're starting the regular season with a bang as Jakobi Meyers comes and hangs out with us in studio. And Jakobi, I was thinking about this earlier today as we're kind of like officially into like game week, for lack of a better term. For the guys in that locker room, what's the biggest difference between a game week and a non-game preseason game training camp type week?
Yeah, see, I would say for preseason, you kind of focus on yourself, honestly. Like, you trying to see what you want to work on that week, what you want to get better at. But for the game, it's a little bit of both. Like, you focus a lot more on the other team, and you want to see what you got that can kind of capitalize on their mistakes. So,
and as we get ready to go to Los Angeles here in a few days, such a unique. You and I were talking on the way up here, but like going away for week one. Obviously, week one is just such a unique beast, right? It's different, it's funky. Like, there's so many variables that go into a week one game. But like for you guys, like, what do you think the biggest difference is between like say a week one game and like a week 5 or a week 6 later down the road?
You fresher week one. We was talking about it, like you said. You definitely feel a lot better. Even though it's camp, you get a couple of days, get your legs going. The coaches take care of you. But week 5, it's starting to get. I mean, it's real week 1, but week 5 it's not just a you fresh anymore. Like now, it's the dog days. You really got to dig in and push through everything. Like you're gonna be a little sore. You might be a little banged up. You never know. But week 1, you got a lot of energy, and you just kind of capitalize off of that and get a good start going.
And again, making this week 1 maybe a little more unique than others in the past, right, is that you go into LA, completely new staff, right? Harbaugh's bringing his guys in. It's a completely different team than we saw twice last year. Like, how do you guys go about approaching a team that you haven't seen this year, but there's so much just newness surrounding them?
Right. I mean, that's why you really got to get your details down, because there's only so much that we can say about them, Like, we don't know. Like, we don't know what we don't know. So, ultimately, we trying to be as prepared as we possibly can with the information we got. But as long as we go out there and do what we got to do, I think the ball will fall in the right spots.
AP was talking earlier today. He said that, week 1, maybe compared to the rest of the games, there's more like in-game adjustments that you see, like, compared to like we talked about a week 5 or a week 6. Like, what does that kind of look like for you guys, like when things are getting wild and you do have to kind of make those adjustments on the fly?
I think it's the fun part of football, honestly. Like, you feel the pace of the game, how they hit, how we hit, kind of what coverages they play, what they kind of just want to do overall. So you just got to pick up on that fast, and then halftime come, and you got a whole different mindset than when the game started. You know what I mean? Like, now you're more aware of what they got going on and what weapons they brought to the fight. So those in-game adjustments, I think, are probably the biggest thing for any week 1 game of any season.
Do you kind of like getting that hit out of the way that first time, like a DB or a linebacker, like lets you know they're like you're there, you're like, okay, we're back, like we can do this thing for real now?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'd rather be the one who hit first. Like I want to be the hammer anytime I can be. But yeah, taking that hit, man, getting back up. The getting back up is always the best part, I think, because then like you good, like you took one, it didn't bother you, like get back up, keep going.
It's so funny, too. We see all the time, like, the cut-ups that the league does of wide receivers getting out there and getting gritty, getting nasty, being advocates, being valuable in the run game, especially for a team like this who, AP said so many times, like, we want to run the ball. We want to be able to control the line of scrimmage. Like, how important is it for the wide receiver room in general to be committed to that part of the game?
I mean, I think it's really important. We a unit, right? Like, if we wanted to catch the ball, ultimately, we need the linemen, the running backs, the quarterback. We need everybody to kind of do their part for us to have the time to get open. So I think we got to pay that forward, honestly, when it's our turn. We don't want anybody teeing off on the running backs, you know what I mean, getting free runs, knocking them out. So that's just our moment to go kind of pay that back and then just make our name known with how we hit, what's our presence like on the running game. So.
And it is so fun too, right? It feels like this team going into 2024, Jakobi, has an identity. AP has talked about that identity, wanting to be stout up front, wanting to control the line of scrimmage, be tough in the trenches, just hard-nosed, gritty football, right? The man under center now, Gardner Minshew, is kind of going to be that point guard, right? The orchestrator of all of that. Have you seen any changes in the guard dog since AP made him the guy a few weeks back?
No, I feel like that's the thing about him. That's probably kind of why he got the spot, I think. He showed up and was himself every day. He was a cool dude, man, a gritty dude at the end of the day. He wanted it bad, and he definitely brought that once he got the starting position. So
is that something that like a wide receiver room and an offense as a whole can kind of feed off of? Like you said, like a dude who really wanted to have this opportunity?
I think so. Everybody need everybody, man. When somebody might be down that day, but you can get a little spark from any teammate at any moment. So I'd say so.
Yeah, I think what's really exciting too is, you and I were talking about some of the wrinkles that Getsy will have and how, this offense will be a little bit different than offenses in the past. Like, what about kind of the way that Luke goes about business do you really kind of like?
The way he kind of just sees the game, like, I think he a mastermind at creating space and getting to space and attacking space, honestly. So I'm excited to be in that offense just to bring out some of the tricks I probably haven't even seen yet that he got stored in there. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. A lot of weapons that can go all over the place. I just want to see how we make it work.
Is there an element of like, we talked about the newness a lot with the Chargers, but obviously a new offensive coordinator here. Is there like an element for a guy like you who's been in the league for a minute, who kind of has the bag of tricks, to have someone different come in and say, hey, Jakobi, I think you can do this better. I think that we can add this to the repertoire. Like, is that exciting for you at this point in your career?
Nah, definitely. Definitely. I get to see myself in a whole new light, try out a whole bunch of different things. Like you say, I'm definitely excited to just go out there and try to be the best player that I can be with the new opportunities I have.
Obviously so many eyes and ears and everything that we've been talking about the past couple of months has had Sunday circled, right? Game 1. But going back, or I guess going forward to Saturday, right? Big game for NC State, right? We got NC State, we got Tennessee, big throwdown. I got to give my guy AJ Cole some props there.
Got to.
But you in that wide receiver room now, we have a proud NC State alum, but we also got some Tennessee guys in there too. Ramel Keaton, sure. Tennessee product. Like, what has the general discourse been so far between you two in regards to the game on Saturday?
I'm not gonna lie, we probably been so locked in on what we got going.
Good answer.
When I get out of here, I'm gonna go holler at him for sure, see what his pocket's talking about. I'm willing to put some money on it. For sure.
But man, is it fun though, just in terms of like, everything is, understandably so, like, so high stress, so high pressure. There's so much that goes into a week 1, but like just across the board to have something like college football where so many of you guys represent different schools, different regions, different conferences now, like, is it nice to kind of have that kind of playful, like, banter of like, all right, my school's going to beat your school on Saturday, just watch?
No, it definitely is, man. Just college football in general. Like, there's so many young, talented players. Shout out to them if I could just take a moment. Like,
please.
Just watching them last Saturday, man, it just show you that the future of the game going to be in good hands, like. It was receivers, quarterbacks, all type of college players making plays all over the field. And it was fun to watch, though. I think college football keep it light for us for sure.
Can you watch college football as a fan, or do you watch it as Jakobi Meyers, the NFL wide receiver?
Both. I can kind of balance it a little bit. Like, when I'm watching NC State now, it's a little bit more like Jakobi Meyers, like, I want greatness. But when I'm watching everybody else, it's, man, look at that player there. Look at this player there. So it's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's the best. I say it all the time, man. It's the best time of the year. College football getting underway. NFL getting back into full tilt. This is the best, call it 18 to 20 weeks of the year. And it all begins this Sunday in Los Angeles. We cannot wait to see you and the guys go out there and do their thing. Best of luck on Sunday, my friend. I appreciate you coming to hang out, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.